Hey everybody, welcome back to my Project 13. Thanks for coming on by and checking out this vid. Appreciate your time and your support. Today I'm going to be talking about the Samsung Galaxy S23 smartphone series trade-in deals. A lot of you yesterday realized that the deals you thought were going to be there as far as the trade-ins weren't there. And that bummed you out. Maybe some of you were sad. Some of you were angry. I was really surprised. I went to the dentist and I was hoping it wasn't going to take that long because I wanted to get out and get to the pre-orders. And when I finally did, and I seen that the $1,000 trade-in for my S22 Ultra wasn't there, but it was over at T-Mobile. Yeah, I was really surprised. I had a plan. I had a plan for my wife to, she decided on the Samsung Galaxy S23 Plus, so that meant that I was going to get the Ultra. But I didn't expect with the trade-ins and what we normally get with those trade-ins and what I thought I was going to get, which a lot of you thought the same way, for both devices, after trading in the devices we have to trade in, I didn't expect to spend more than $600-700. Well, that pretty much quickly, not doubled, but it got up there. And when you have a financial plan, as far as a content creator, a YouTuber that reviews smartphones, with the money that I get from selling or trading in, which brings down the cost of other phones that I bring in, the pennies that I save, the nickels and dimes and the quarters that I throw in my smartphone jar all through the year, and then I turn that in and I use that. The money that I'm making on YouTube, which is a little more than I used to. So I'm in a good spot, but I try to stick with a plan. And when you see that information not being what you thought it was going to be, well, then you gotta replan. You gotta say to yourself, do I continue with this or do I just scrap the whole thing? Well, no, my wife still needed a phone, and for me, I don't need it, but at this point I already planned on it. So yes, I'm bringing in both phones, and I'm paying for my wife's phone. We're trading in the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 3, her Z Flip 3, and I'm going to pay the rest, which again really disrupts my plan. Will I be okay? Yeah, but how dare they, Samsung, disrupt my plan? And that sounds kind of selfish, but then we can point back at Samsung and remember, Samsung's not the only one that's going to be giving out deals. You can go to your carrier, you can go to Best Buy, there's many different places you can go, probably where you live, where you can walk into a store or do it online. Okay, so Samsung isn't, but most of us were going to trade in our devices over at Samsung because they are the ones that usually kill it when it comes to trade-in deals. I mean, they go above and beyond, right? So here's the thing. We see these deals, they're not what they were supposed to be in our mind, and emotionally we react. But logically, think about it. Samsung has gone above and beyond with the trading deals. In fact, when we started seeing these kind of deals, we didn't say, whoa, Samsung, you're giving us too much. You know what I'm saying? You could sell your phone over at Swappa and not get $1,000 for your S22 Ultra. So why should Samsung give us that much money? You know, previously the last few years, we've been blessed to get that much money. Samsung giving us those deals that just were amazing, but they didn't need to. And maybe they shouldn't have started that whole trend. Okay, we can find all these emotional responses. Well, why did they even start it? Why do they get us all hyped up and then they take it away? Well, we do that to ourselves in life, and we do it to our loved ones in life. We do it in everything that surrounds us in life. Sure, we always want, but when when it's time to give, it's a little more difficult. Unless you're just that giving type of person all the time. So logically, this is probably where Samsung should have always been. They didn't do that, and now they've pulled back, and now we're pissed off. But because we've gotten more, we wanted more, and how dare they? I started to think about how when it goes our way, we're not going to complain. But when it doesn't go our way, it's very easy to complain. Okay, we work hard for this money. We look forward to these deals. And thank you, Samsung, for the years in giving us those great deals. For whatever reason, Samsung is doing this, and we can come up with many reasons, but I don't want to sit here forever and talk about all of that. But we have reasons we do what we do, and there's going to be a lot of people that don't agree with us. But sometimes that is what it is. And maybe we can explain the reasons and why we do what we do. But still, it's not going to make everybody happy. To get something for something is still a great deal. I mean, if Samsung wanted to, or other companies, they could take away these trading deals. There was a time where trading deals wasn't really a thing. And now we expect it. Again, I'm not saying this to take away the fact that I wasn't happy about what I was seeing, and I was bummed out, and I was surprised. But in life, that's what happens. That's what happens. Honestly, if we look back when we were all looking at those great trade-in deals, I mean, when you first seen them, you first heard the rumors, you were like, "No way! Are you kidding me?" Because that's not something that sounds logical. It just doesn't sound right. But we're not going to give it up. We're going to take it. You see what I'm saying? And that's the way I'm looking at this. Yes, I replanned. I redid the finances, and I went through with it. I want to bless my wife for Valentine's Day. She needs a new phone anyway. I make enough right now to be able to do that and circulate the situation with what I got to work with and continue. But it also has me thinking going forward, because of how great smartphones are these days from a lot of different companies, that I don't necessarily need the latest and greatest. I'm still going to get the views from viewers, the team that want to know information on what I bring in. Whether it's a smartphone, whether it's the products related to a smartphone, maybe it's news that I'm sharing. It doesn't matter. I have a lot of you out there willing to click on my channel and support me and hear the information that I'm sharing with you. And that's a blessing. I'm stoked about that. It wasn't ever about the money, but it does take that to run a channel. And I got to be humble, and I have to have integrity with that, man. And I have to rethink the direction that I'm going with my Project 13 and the great team that I have. And going forward, I'm not going to be so focused on the best of the best, because there are still the best of the best underneath the best of the best. There are budget devices out there that are the best of the best in the budget world, right? There are mid-rangers out there that are the best of the best in that category. And then we have, the biggest and baddest, right? It depends on how you look at it. It really does. And maybe this is good for all of us to rethink how we're doing this as far as techies at heart, YouTubers that have a channel that we share all this information with all of you. We're blessed to do it in the way we all go about it. Now, for you average consumers, if you're 3 years back on a device that's still doing great, but you're really intrigued, you really want to do it, and you have the money, sure. But anything, and before that, but anything 2 years back that's doing great, especially when it comes to a Samsung smartphone like the S21 Ultra or the S22 Ultra, keep them. That's my opinion. You're going to trade in a device that you're not going to get what, in my opinion, is the best trade-in deal. Because we're always going to compare the trade-in deal of today to yesterday's trade-in deal. And when that sets in your mind, you're kind of going, so don't give it up. You still got a great phone. Wait. Who knows what can change next year? I don't know. Maybe this is what's going to, this is what it's going to be like going forward. But at least it has you reevaluate how you go about, and you can start saving and cut back in some areas to make the trade-in deal that's going to be most likely a lot less again next year. At least you're going to have those extra finances, because most of you didn't count on what just happened. I'm going to tell you right now, if the cameras aren't significantly like way up here, and I'm not talking incremental, it better be more than incremental, because I'm going to be doing some comparisons with the S22 Ultra and the S21 Ultra. And if it's not like, wow, okay, I really see the difference here with that 200 megapixel shooter, it's going to get packed up and it's going to go back. And I will not trade in my S22 Ultra. My wife will keep hers. I'm not. I'm done with that. Well, I bring him in, I shouldn't send him back. But I'm telling you, the game's got to change. These companies are making it work for themselves. I got to make it work for me. This is my little business, which is a hobby. But it's still considered a business when you do taxes. When I go in to do taxes, this is considered a business, a small business. But it's a hobby. But it involves money, and it involves planning and doing it the right way, utilizing the best ideas in how to run this hobby, this channel, the thing that I love so much outside of my family and my daily walk in life, my spiritual walk and my job. These companies are going to make it work for themselves. You got to make it work for you. See what I'm saying? So yeah, the plan changes. Does that mean I'm going to return every smartphone? No. That's not. I'm going to be, like I said earlier, not going for the biggest and baddest all the time, because there are different categories, and in those categories, there are the biggest and baddest as well. And there are a lot of average consumers out there, viewers, that want to know about those devices as well. Yeah. So yeah, disappointing. Very disappointing. But understandable. Very understandable. There's a group of us that do this for the love, for the hobby, and to hopefully help out those out there that are looking for information. And I love helping people. I always said if I only help one, then I've done what I needed to do. But it begins here, and I have to figure it out. And again, thank you, Samsung, for giving us what we knew was a steal. And just because it's gone, we shouldn't really be over emotionally upset. We should reassess the situation and make it work for us. There's a way to do that. There is a way to do that. But you're going to do what you do at the end of the day. And that's obviously going to be that decision that you make. I'm just giving you my opinion because I'm going to get a lot of folks asking me in the comment section, should I upgrade? Should I trade up? And I'm going to say, look, what do you have? How is it working for you? Do you really need to? Are you willing to not get as much for the trade? And at the end of the day, are you okay to still hang on to what you got and wait till next year to see what happens? And again, this may not change in what Samsung's doing, but maybe it allows you to save a little more, to cut back in certain areas. Because I'll tell you something, man, we spend money all year long on things that we don't need to spend money on. And if we were to get that money back, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, thousands of dollars. So yeah, we maybe I shouldn't say we, but I know it's a we, but I'll switch it to I assumed, and I was wrong. I made it work. The game is changing. I got to reassess that. Anyway, there we go. It's a long video. I'm glad I had my coffee. I'm glad I'm warm. I got some content to make with cases. Gonna put up a video. Reiki Fusion Matte Smoke Black and the Clear for the S23 Ultra dummy device here. That video coming soon. So anyway, leave some feedback. Let me know your thoughts. Thanks. God bless you all. Stay safe and healthy. I am out.